Super Review Show here for another My Thoughts on Video. Today's My Thoughts on Video is the future of one of the most beloved science fiction fantasy franchises ever in the history of pop culture, Star Wars, and its future and how we're going to see it move forward in the franchise. Now, there will be spoilers from Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker thrown into this video, and Mandalorian for those of you who may or may not have seen it. But overall, I love the direction the Star Wars franchise is going. I really love the fact that we got to see a brand new trilogy of films with episodes 7, 8, and 9, a couple of spin-off films, and the first ever live-action Star Wars television series, television I should say, on Disney Plus with The Mandalorian. Obviously, yes, they announced a lot more of those, but I'm saving those announcements and topics for when we do our next Mixed Bag episode, coming later on this next week on Wednesday. I just want to let you know about that. It's an all Star Wars edition show. We're talking nothing but Star Wars that whole episode. A long time. Anyways, back to my thoughts on topic here. So, I saw The Force Awakens in theaters. I loved it. Looking back, I had a wonderful time in the theater. It was a great movie. JJ did a quote-unquote soft reboot of the franchise and established these new characters while kind of passing the torch along, if you will, to new characters from old characters. Luke Skywalker was in later films. Han Solo obviously is dead. Leia is alive, but all this stuff. Force Awakens, I really enjoyed it quite a bit. Last Jedi was a bigger disappointment. I still liked the film. I still liked elements of it, but there were some elements where I was like, why is Yoda here as a Force ghost, or what's going on? And this feels like an Empire Strikes Back reboot. Like, what's going on? It was not the greatest Star Wars film, to be honest. Rise of Skywalker. And this is nothing against JJ's directing. I had beef with JJ's writing. Because people forget that J.J. Abrams wrote a majority of Star Wars Episode 9. And even, just a small spoiler for those of you who, none of you would know this, but whatever. My cousin goes to another school, he goes to college, and his class had Mark Hamill in it. Yeah, this is completely true. I'm not making this up. His class had Mark Hamill in it, and Mark Hamill said it himself. Yeah, we kind of botched that one a little bit. So, and some people were saying, oh my god, Rise of Skywalker was the best conclusion to the 9-film saga quintuplet thing. Yeah. Okay. It was the weakest one out of the three of them, and a lot of hardcore, pure bleeding Star Wars fans did not like the film. Personally, it was okay. Now, where do we go from here? A report came out the other day that Poe Dameron and Rey and Finn, they're not going to be in this next trilogy moving forward of 10, 11, and 12. In fact, they're going to be doing something completely different with new characters. And that makes 100% sense to me. Because Rey, Poe, and Finn were kind of like the closeout of the Skywalker saga in a sense. Because look at it. Episodes 4, 5, and 6, New Hope, Empire, Return of the Jedi, had their own set of characters. The prequels, whatever you think of them, go ahead. They still sucked. Except Revenge of the Sith was okay. Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, horrible. But they all had their own individual characters. This trilogy that we just got had their own individual characters. Now it's time to move on to a new set of characters. Who will they get? I have no idea. But this is why they called it My Thoughts on it. Personally, I love the direction they're going with the new film, with the potential of 10, 11, and 12 on the way. And a new set of characters to set up a new saga, who knows. But personally, I would love to see new spin-off movies, personally. I think that thought kind of got derailed when they announced more Star Wars shows, per se. There's this great meme online, or GIF, I forget what it is, online of a friend of mine sent it to me, and he said it's like a picture. Here's what the picture looks like. I'm not even going to describe it to you. Here's what it looks like. Basically, as you see here, it's pretty funny in a sense. The Mandalorian is what's holding up Star Wars in a sense, as it's like supporting the franchise and what's keeping, because the movies themselves they made a shitload of money, but they did not really do the best they could with quality. Whereas the Mandalorian is really good Star Wars. I've seen Mandalorian with this same friend of mine. This meme kind of epitomizes it to perfection. So that's what that meme looks like. And honestly, guys, you want my absolute opinion? I believe the Disney Plus shows of Obi-Wan, of Ahsoka Tano, the Dinettes, and all this other stuff, like, I feel like the next wave of Star Wars might come on Disney Plus and not in the movie theaters. That's my total guess. I'm just saying. I know the pure Star Wars fan is like, what? No, really. I'm trying to think what else I have to mention on this. Oh, yes. So, 10, 11, and 12, probably new trilogy. I'd love to see more spin-off films. I did, with the same friend of mine. I did talk to him about, hey, I said, well, imagine if they did like a Seven Samurai, like, you know, the 50s Samurai film, like with the Japanese film, and they did like to have these rogue samurai come out and start killing people, and they're like, oh, and I said to myself, like, what if they did a rated R Star Wars spin-off movie about rogue Jedi? Can you imagine for 1 second if they did a Star Wars spin-off movie about rogue Jedi in the galaxy, and the kind of like they're doing their own thing, and like what's going on with that, and you know, like, and personally, I think that'd be brilliant. But he kind of like pushed it aside for a second. They're probably not going to do that. I really don't think they're going to do that. But hey, anything's possible. I think Disney might actually roll the dice with that and say, hey, here's it. R-rated, violent Star Wars film about the Sith going to do this. That would be pretty cool, personally. But anyways, I digress about this. What do you guys think about this? Please jump down in the comment section below about anything I just talked about with my thoughts on Star Wars and The Mandalorian, the new shows, whatever. Remember, next week we're talking a complete episode of Mixed Bag on the new Star Wars announcements for the TV shows. Anything else regarding Star Wars coming up on next week's Mixed Bag. I can't even talk today. That's okay. But anyways, for all of my thoughts and videos, keep it locked on the Super Review Show. The J-Man is off to work. We'll see you guys later.